Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Whoa. Good morning, everyone. Let's try that again. Welcome back to the channel. It's good with you here. It is time for some more Disney Infinity, and once again, we are under construction. Trust everybody's having a great day out there. It's going to be a short stream. I've had very little sleep, so I'm going to be getting me some. But I wanted to show you guys something that I've been working on, and I'll pick it up from where I left off, as well as future plans that are going to be coming up here starting next week. Now, as many of you know that have had Disney Infinity for any period of time, there was a toy box that came out, or a playset, I should say, that came out for the Battleground, where they had mostly Marvel-themed Battleground arenas, where you go to battle with any of the Marvel figures that you wanted to use. Sadly, missing from that was Star Wars. So what I decided to do was put a Star Wars Battlefront or Battleground arena together. And here's where we're at so far, just so you guys get an idea. So I put the team locators down here on these conveyor belts, the blue and the orange. And up here we've got a Darth Vader boss spawner. It'll land him here on the ramps, which will generally push him into the playing area. Same thing down this end, which currently I've got Darth Maul to drop in. So you have the two Sith Lords going at it on the orange and blue teams respectively. Now, as a player, you've got a bunch of options. You can, number one, you can change out the bosses to anyone you want. Number two, we're going to be adding some actual enemies in here, assign them to teams as well, just to make it a little bit more entertaining. And then number three, you can also either partake in the battle yourself, which is most of the fun, I'm sure, or if you so feel it, you can just go invisible mode and then watch the action go on around you. Either way. So what we're going to do at this point is kind of finish up on the build of the arena. You see I've got two buttons down here right now. Those do two things. Number one, pop over here. You'll also notice I have the invisible toy there on the right hand, and that's because while these things are all going to battle, as long as you're in invisible mode, then it's just that you're invisible. They won't mess with you, they won't see you, and it allows you to work on this without having to deal with too much. This right here will reset both bosses. This will bring them into battle, which I'm not going to do quite yet. I want to do a little more work here on the actual arena. Another couple things I was thinking of doing, and we'll start right here. Now, while this generally already works so far as the bosses landing on the conveyor belts and being brought into battle, there are times where they don't quite get down there the way I'd like them to. So I'm going to add this with the hope with it right about there, because they land just, I don't want them to actually land on the platform door by accident if it happens to be open. Although I guess it wouldn't matter, because then it's going to close. We'll try that. And this will hopefully help nudge them out into the playing field area. I am not using any interior parts at all for this. Papa H, the man, the myth, the legend. How are you, buddy? I am doing well. Thank you for asking, sir. I've been watching your videos. Yes, I have. And congratulations on the hundreds, bud. Papa H just got his 100th sub, and if you guys aren't already subbed to his channel, you need to be checking that out. He does some really incredible work. He's got much more patience than I do. What am I looking for? Terrain. Thank you. I'm over here talking. I can't think straight. Like I said, I have had very little sleep. I am tired, but I have to stay awake for a couple more hours, or it'll mess up my whole cycle. All right, so the other thing I mentioned I was going to talk about is upcoming build. And the upcoming build, which I'm super excited about right now, is going to be, get ready for it, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Yep. Me and the girlfriend were watching the video the other day, and as I'm watching the movie, I was like, my God, this would be so good for a toy box. And she's a big fan of Harry Potter, so I know at least one person will play my game. It really sucks that we can't share these anymore as a community, but it is what it is. So I'm going to close this back wall up. And because it is a battleground arena, I'm going to keep some areas kind of wide open. We want the camera to be able to get a good look at it, and yes, we're going to be using the camera so that it has the same effect and feel that the Battlegrounds had, or have if you still play them. Oh, you're quite welcome, man. You earned it. You bust your ass on the stuff that you put out. And you definitely go the extra mile. No one's going to say differently. Not in front of me, they won't. Alright, we'll block that off there and there. Okay. And let's take this dude right here. Like that. I'm not sure the underneath is an issue really, but we'll put one down there just for the sake of it. Just to complete that up. So we can't put anything over the top, otherwise of course our boss won't be able to fall through. We have to have that. So I'm going to kind of leave it at that on the side. Yeah, watching the movie the other day, I was like, oh my God, not only will it be cool, but it's so many things. And as I mentioned after the other build I did, I wanted to start doing more story-driven content, and I've still been watching a lot of independent fan-made Star Wars films for some ideas. But the Harry Potter thing, it was painfully easy to see how much could be done with that. So it's going to be a little bit of a story-driven thing based on the Sorcerer's Stone. And I expect it's going to be a lot of fun to make. And as always, we will do a share play session, so anybody that wants to jump out and mess around in the toy box a little bit for yourselves, you'll have that opportunity once it is complete. In the meantime, if you just want to see how it comes together, I will be streaming at least portions of it, if not the whole thing. And then when it's done, I will kind of go under the hood a bit and show you anything that wasn't live streamed. And we'll leave that one off, right? Yeah. Keep it looking the same on each end. So there's that. Okay, so the majority of the battle arena is now done. I do want to do a couple things here, though. I want to wall this out a little bit, and I've got an idea. I don't know if I'm going to do this or not, though. Let's see. I may have to, is the thing. If this doesn't force the boss into the battle area, then I'm going to go with the other idea I had, which is basically having a wedge come through and shove him out the door. Once in a while, they can get stuck at the end of the conveyor belt at the beginning of the ramp. There's that little notch that forms right up here, and sometimes they kind of get stuck there. But if they see the enemy there, that tends to draw them out. Well, the question is, you won't always have the enemy where you want them when you want them, so let's go here. Team boss battle, you got it. So you've got choices. You don't have to even, you can just watch it if you want. Go invisible, and then you can get up there real close to the action and watch them go head to head. Or you can choose which boss you're going to be battling with. It is completely up to you. And then, of course, you can change out the bosses as you want. And in this case, we're going to also add some basic enemies that'll be on either orange or blue, just to put a little bit more fight in the battle arena. A couple other thoughts I've been toying with, which I'm not at that point yet of whether I'm going to do it or not. I'm going to move these guys a little bit more into the field to guarantee that they have more impact on it. I don't think there'll be a lot of battling going on in the corners as much. Is that about even? We have recharging stations at each corner. And we'll just keep some of this stuff around here. So in the event that you need a little extra health, it's there. I kind of like the way this looks, and I don't know how I'm going to tie it into the actual gameplay yet. But I figured I can probably do something with a townsperson and have it give you something back as a reward. And that'll add more battle to the box, so to speak. We'll keep them both on the same side. How's that? So while you're busy fighting it out, you're also trying to throw something through the door that will get you extra something, whether it's health. Let's see. Could be health, could be points, it could be anything. So we'll leave that one there. I did think about putting a block down with the path creator just to do that, and if I have to, I will. But I got a funny feeling with that air vent there, we'll be fine, based on what's happened earlier. I might even want to add a door up here that goes up and down kind of thing, blast door. But kind of on the fence about that at the moment. We'll see. And this is not evenly matched. That's better. Alright, we're going to give this a shot. Still have to add the camera in. Let's get rid of that. Oop. Well, I guess that's the way of getting rid of that, isn't it? Okay. And again, this is just for the moment. We're going to stick this over here. And let's see what happens here. Vader's there. We got these two guys. Where's Maul? See, Maul hasn't come through yet. There he goes. Once he sees me, he comes through.
Defenses are useless against the dark side.
And my point is, I am not currently on a team, so let me go ahead and take a team here real quick.
Beware my wrath. This will hurt.
So we will double team Vader is what we're gonna do.
Insignificant compared to the power of the Force. You will fall. Give in to your anger and strike me down.
So now we have a 2-on-1 against Vader. Oh, don't give me ammunition. Ooh, sorry, dude. My aim be off.
Far too simple.
Now you die.
You underestimate me.
There is no hope for you.
Prepare to
Taste
be
my
repaid.
Move. No, wrong button. Wrong button twice.
I'm uninterested in letting you succeed.
My attack is lethal.
Want to see if these guys.
The Empire will crush you.
I want to see if these guys can get caught up in this windstorm.
You will be destroyed.
You cannot hurt me.
This is your last chance.
Bow to me.
Is that all you have?
Got you.
I was gonna say, we're gonna fight, or we're gonna stand there and stare at each other. Oh, he's got both of us in the death grip. The dark side is strong with this one.
My attack is lethal.
Prepare yourself.
Run
Miss
away,
me.
or be defeated.
And that's a tag team move right there, if ever there was one.
I find your lack of
Submit
sense
or
disturbing. Insurgency will be eliminated.
He moved. Ooh.
Taste my blade.
I have you now.
Face
No,
me,
you don't.
coward.
Release your anger. For as clumsy as you are stupid, give in to your
What a
hate.
waste of my time. There wasn't even a price on your head.
And that's how that goes. We'll come over here and reset that. Bump. Okay, so that all works. Yay for that. Now, I still want to add special effects, things like that. I want this place to start blowing up and having things disintegrate and what have you. So we're going to be adding some extra enemies out there. Thank you again, Papa H. Appreciate ya. But this is really the nuts and bolts of it. The hard part, as they say, is already done. Everything else will be kind of simplified after that. Let's get up into our creative toys, and we're going to go with some trigger areas, I think. As they get to certain areas, we will have some things maybe blow up or what have you. Create some explosions. Thinking about putting maybe a TIE fighter. Have it kind of crash land here during the fight. I thought that would be cool. Throw some buttons here as well. You don't really have to have the button to make this to make the logic work. I just, for some reason, seem to have better luck with it in the save portion of the game. And then we're going to throw an effect generator down next to each one of these. May end up going with multiple effects, actually. Let's go ahead and just start throwing two down. We'll want an explosion, and then we'll want some lingering smoke. The turrets wouldn't be a bad idea. What I might do with the turrets is put them in there on a replayer for like 10-second intervals, and then they go away for a minute. If they're out there the whole thing, I think it would just be over the top obnoxious. But to have them pop up for 10 seconds, that could make it interesting. Not a bad idea. Actually, I don't need two. I only need one locator. Because you can put multiple effects at one locator if you didn't know that. So all we're doing now is linking the locator to the effects generator. This way that tells the generator where it's going to send the special effect to. Because we're going to hide all this logic down below, so it doesn't look all shoddy. Okay, when this button is pressed, we're going to play one time. An explosion. And it is going to be a... We'll go huge, man. If you're going to go big or go home, right? Same thing when it's pressed. Now what we're going to need is a looped smoke effect. And I'm so debating. We'll try the area smoke. I'm familiar with the large area. I don't use the small area that often. So let me see what that looks like. So we're going to get a look at this one right now. It's going to be a big boom. And then let's see what kind of smoke it gives us. Well, as long as we keep it towards the sides, I don't see where that's too bad. But let me try something real quick, though. When pressed, play looped, smoke, plume. Yeah, that's definitely better. Alright, then last but not least, new logic connection whenever it's entered by player any. We're going to press the button. And just to keep things interesting, whenever it's entered by AI any, we'll also press the button. So anything entering that square is going to set off the special effects. And now that I am pretty much done with that, I'm just going to sink it down below the surface so it's out of sight. Then I will put the locator wherever I want the explosion and smoke to take place. And it's going to be that simple. And I am liking the turret idea. Luke Skywalker has joined us. Greetings, sir. Yes, oh my goodness, the Luke Skywalker black costume. Not only will I not underestimate your power, but your breath. Your breath is something to be spoken of. Alright, where'd my locator go? There it goes. Boom. So, let's say, I don't know. We could have these guys blow up. How's that? The pipes. And we could even put it one node below. Let's see how that works out. Yeah, that's good because it's not as filling. Yeah, that looks much better. Now, what I may have to decide is, do I want to keep that box live for every time somebody goes through it? Or do I want that to be a one-time deal and then the smoke just keeps on billowing afterwards? What do you guys think? Hello there. The man speaks in quotes. How do we feel about leaving this box live? Because also have to add sound effects. Forgot about sound effects. Did I pass it already? I think I did. Maybe we'll move this out to the middle about there. So when that button is pressed, we will also action, I believe. Large explosion. Boom. New logic connection whenever it's entered by any player. Press the button. New logic connection whenever it's entered by any AI. We'll press the button. And then when pressed, we'll play looped. Smoke and plume. New logic connection. When this one is triggered, we will play once. Not burst. What was it? Explosion. There you go. Huge explosion. Papa H says we're going to go once on the explosion. I was kind of thinking the same thought, so yep. That's what's going to happen. And I might maybe go a 50-50 split. Maybe two of them will be one-time only events, and then the other two can be repeated events. Because as the fight's going on, there could be more explosions in the same area, whether it be gunfight, whether it be lightsaber. But I think if they're all going off, it'll just be a little too busy. Especially if we add the turrets. So we'll do it that way. So in this case here then, new logic connection once the button is pressed. We will deactivate the box and it won't happen anymore. So on this side, what's going on here? We're good? I think we're good. And we got to decide where we want this one to blow up. We've got that right there, so I don't know, maybe someplace over here near the wall. And we'll leave this one on the surface. Okay, so there's that. That's now 2 down. Whenever entered by any player. We'll press the button. When the button is pressed, we'll play one time. The huge explosion. And then when this is triggered, we'll follow it up with the looped smoke plume. This one we will leave it live the entire time. Are these boxes not destructible? Yeah, I thought they were. Maybe not. In which case we'll have to work with that. I want more destructible stuff. Boxes may end up going in lieu of something more entertaining. Okay, that's there, that's connected, and that's connected, right? Should be good. Stick this down below. I did forget to hook up the explosion sound effect to the last one. So we'll have to go and do that real quickly as well. And once again, stick it back there in the corner. And we'll just bring it out a little bit to increase the odds of the player running into it. So now let's go ahead and do the sound effects as well while we're here thinking about it. New logic connection when that's pressed. One more over here. And we'll bring that back over here to the speaker as well. And just take a quick look at the properties. Turn that off because we don't want it to be at a speaker or locator. We want it to just be generally on, and that should be what sets that. Three down, 1 to go. New logic connection whenever it's entered by player. Any. Press the button. New logic connection whenever it's entered by AI. Any. Press the button. And with this one, we're going to turn it off. Logic connection when the button is pressed. Deactivate. When the button is pressed. One time. Huge explosion. New logic connection. When that is triggered, we're going to loop. Smoke plume. And then the question now becomes, where do I want this one to go? We'll throw it over here. All set there, that's set there. Last but not least, sound effect. And there we have it. So we now have areas that will trigger explosions as the battle rages on. All right, let's throw in our camera here. Go to our properties real quick. And for this, we're going to have it swing in. We want it to follow. We will swing out. We want all players. Let's switch out to player one while I work on this a little bit. Blow through is on. Rotation and zoom control. Everything else I think is alright. When that is pressed, we will activate. And then when we reset the bosses, and again, you can make the bosses anybody you want. We will deactivate. All right. Yep, those got to go. Nah, shoot. Alright, we'll have to save it and come back in to get rid of those because they're kind of in no man's land right now. Okay, what else? What else? What else? Debating on whether I'm going to use any of that other Death Star stuff. Gonna say no. Don't want to get it too cluttered. You want room to fight. That's gonna have to come out later. Alright, let's do this. Let's go ahead and save real quick. This is going to end up getting linked into our hub with the other Star Wars builds we've done in the last month or so. And as much as I do love some Star Wars stuff, I feel like that's all I've really been doing. So I want to mix it up and do the Harry Potter thing. I'm actually very excited about that. I'm going to repurpose some other toy boxes that already exist in the interest of saving time. Plus, some of it is stuff that was created by people like That Brown Bat. And it would be nice to be able to weave some of his work into something that is going to tell a story that I'm working on. So it'll also save a ton of time, I'm not going to lie. Okay. There's that. There's that. Still on the fence whether I want to leave those air blasters there, because it didn't seem like it was having the effect. Or I could just as soon put, like I said, a wood block and have it push them through. I also wanted to do a blast door. For now, we'll stick with what we got. Let's add some enemies, shall we? Liven this up a little bit. Down this way. Let's go with... And again, all that's going to do is give the enemy wave spawn a location to be present at. Because the alternative would be to leave the toy up there, and it looks kind of stupid. Alright, so on this wave here, go to our properties. Random locator is on. I don't want any delay or countdown. We will go with the clone team over here. Okay, so bring it out to, I think 4 of them, 2 of them, 2 of them. So that gives us 8 enemies. Doesn't seem to want to cooperate. Or did it? Maybe it did. Well, it looks like it did. Never mind. Configure the wave again. And on this side, we're going to have what we will presume will be that leaves us 8 on that team, and just to make sure, 8 on that team. Now we need to launch the enemies, and that will be with the same button. Generate the wave. And that'll generate that wave. We will make this team blue. And this. Got it. Let's keep him maybe on either side of the door so it's not automatically in the trigger area. For right now, we'll just leave it there. And save this. Now we'll run through it one time. We're going to add some more ceiling tile to it. And I'm sure a few other cosmetics before it's all said and done. But at this point, you've got the gist of it. All right, game saved. Boom. We have our camera. Oh, I haven't chosen a team again.
My attack is lethal.
It is now time to face your fears. I have you now.
Oh, snap. Where did that come from? Talk about the clones.
Prepare yourself.
Give up.
Oh, there's an explosion.
Disturbing.
Do not expect to win.
Watch out! Watch out!
Beware my wrath.
And I
Taste
can
my
come over
blade.
here and get juiced up. Apparently the dock side can't make it up the steps. All right, we're going to do a couple of things here. We want all of the enemies to be cleared once the match is over. The only reason it ended there, somebody accidentally hit the button back there, which was probably Vader, because that's where he was last seen. And I think I'm going to put an archway up here as well. So some more, like I said, cosmetics to come. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. We're going to load in the toy box. And this should allow us to get rid of those bumbling blocks, as I would refer to them. I thought they were destructible. That was my bad. Mulan getting killed at the box office. I believe I heard the official number was 150 million lost. $150 million. That's a lot of money, boys and girls.
I'm Boba Fett. Now, we have work to do.
Yes, we do.
Nothing stops Boba Fett.
Gonna hide that. Boom, hidden. Let's get our wood blocks going on here. Let me decide how I want to do this. I am so psyched up for the Harry Potter build. I gotta tell you what, it's gonna be fun. Probably too much that way, so we'll do it this way. Normally I would go theme all, but I have a feeling I may have already done something else with wood blocks that would be affected. I don't want to even think about it. So rather than take that chance, we're right here. And we're only going to go 3 deep. That already looks a little bit more ominous. We go here, go back to our properties. Yeah, we gotta leave it on follow. Player one. Say all players. Okay. Oh, it's way down there, that's why. When that button is pressed. Set player 1 to orange. And when that button is pressed, player 2 will be blue. If I did it right. Okay, that sounds right. We could just soon put another case button in there and have that switched around where player 1 is blue and player 2 is orange if you wanted to flip which team you're fighting for. Wouldn't be hard to do that at all, but for the purpose of this build, I don't really see it being necessary. And I'm going to stick this up here so it's out of the way for the moment. We'll get rid of those. And we will get rid of that. Is there another one? Yep. Let's see, what else do we want? We want a reason for them to go towards the corners, which I think the health meters are a pretty good reason, so we'll leave those as are. Or as is. Townspeople. Not townspeople. Character townspeople. Here's what we'll do. We will put three of those. And three of those. New logic connection. Let's try it this way. New logic connection. Oh, it's a sidekick. Sorry. I don't think those will go in. No, it says townspeople. Townsperson is thrown in there. And we'll say this will be the Darth Vader side, yes? Yeah, Darth Vader side. What do we want to have happen? Little players thrown in there. I simply do not know. Got an idea. Hang on to that for a second. So this will give us the Darth Vader ones. Yeah, that's what I thought. Doesn't work. Which is unfortunate, because those would be perfect. It does say townspeople, though, does it not? think that's the last of them, hopefully. Okay, let's see. Is it critters? Or sidekicks? Maybe it is sidekicks. Hold on, it is. That'll still work, I think. It'll work differently. Is there not a Darth Vader sidekick? I know. I feel like I have one. Well, it does not look like it, does it? Well, we'll go ahead and name this the Darth Vader sidekick, since he's got the black costume on. Oh, mercy. Now the question is, can you put two of them in there, or is it going to throw this thing into a tizzy? Nope, can't have two. Wait, maybe, hold on. Yeah, we can. Alright, for now, I think that's where we're going to leave this one off at. We're still going to add some blast doors, and then I'm going to put a replayer in there with probably... We already have health, so we'll put a generator for purple sparks. So when you pick up your buddy here and throw him through the door during all this chaos... Get rid of that. Get rid of that. It will get you some extra sparks that you can use to become more lethal. See, these blocks would do a little more destructing, which would look a little bit cooler. We'll get to that on the next build as well. Oh, this wouldn't be a bad idea, man. The sidekick turret. Since we're using sidekicks anyway. I'm loving that. I think that's going to happen. So we'll only need the one turret then. And it'll just be a question of whether or not you can get to it to have it fight for you. Although if you switch it, it'll fight against your, it'll fight for you and against your enemies, but there's no way to switch it back. Unless we add a timer. More to come on that. I am looking for the vibranium barrels that explode. Is it not gameplay toys? Really felt like it was. I could be wrong. What's that? No, that's for the pressure plate. Nothing there. Creativity toys? I don't think so. I also don't think it's under platforming. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I got the answer. Jackson Brown, how are you, my friend? No. I'm almost positive. I am 99.9% positive. Oh, by the way, while I'm here, let me take a quick look here. Gonna need this for the Harry Potter build. There should be an engine as well. Here we go. Exploding barrels. And then the lunar freeze. Got that, got that. That's good enough. Okay, now then. Where am I at? Stop following me. Boom. Oh, it's resetting. I will presume it's resetting. Ah, disable door after use. I'm good with that. One use. Alright, let's see what's left here for right now. Okay, we're gonna wrap today up with this one, I think. Let's go ahead and save this. What we will do is take a quick look at a couple of the other existing toy boxes that I'm going to bring in for the... hold that thought a moment. Battlegrounds. Yes, yes. There's one I want to use for the Hogwarts downtown district, I think. There's a couple I could use, but I'm going to take a look at them real quickly and see if I feel like it's the right fit. I might have to tweak it up a little bit just to give it the flavor for what I'm looking for. Wasn't me, I didn't do it. Gosh, dang it, that's twice. Alright, let's go to load. Alright, Naboo, Lost Legacy. Oh, that one, yeah, I love that box. That's another Star Wars can't speak. Hub style game where there are several different, 9 different lands in the Star Wars universe to be exact, to go and explore about from the one hub. And it's kind of what we're doing again here now. There's a lot of Star Wars in here, you know that? And I'm feeling like this is already in here, so Sullust can probably go. Wouldn't be surprised if Oct 2 is in there, although I don't think I'm getting rid of this because I really like the way that came out as a standalone. Death Star came out pretty well too, as I recall. Rey's looking a little bit more like Gamora right there. Tatooine from Battlefront. Which this I know is in my... I'm going to have to probably delete some of these that are already in the Battle Station build. After I double check and make sure that they are, though. Yeah, we'll start doing our Halloween boxes real soon, I think. Got 3 different maps on there. The Killing Floor game, I've been thinking about that lately. I've got to play that again. It's been a while. A long while. I always enjoyed that. Star Destroyer. That was a... that Brown Bat creation. That was actually his very last on... or uploaded to the server creation. He was battling the... countdown to the time limit, and he did everything he could to get it done as much as he could, and just kept re-uploading the saves every hour or so until they shut down the server. Boss Battle Sewer. This is very similar to what we're doing now. Warzone Arena. What's this looking like? Ah, yes. This also is similar, where you will join forces with Darth Vader in this scenario. One of these days, I think I'm going to start. I got to find the file for this. I have a save file. That would tell me where all the different dialogue is located, so that I can make an actual story like the old-fashioned way. This is another hub-centric build. This is another one that's got the text generator already done. So these are the things you could do before the servers went down. And we knew they were going down, so several of us made some text-oriented builds. And I'm pretty sure I know where my save file is. I'm going to have to check that out, though, and make sure I'm right. 500 words, phase adventures, you line with this template. If it is in your server would switch it off, it won't stop you from creating your toy boxes. I forget who put that up, to be honest with you. But I'm sure if we do a quick check on YouTube, we can figure it out. Hmm. What's going on here?
Hello, so today in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create custom text in Disney Infinity 3.0. Channel right here, she makes Roblox. How to make custom text in Disney Infinity, and I'm going to be showing you how to make missions with it and be able to a trigger area. And you're going to need. So then you're going to have to go into his properties and change his behavior to stand still. And the dynamic trigger locator and connected actor. So that new, and then these, and then destination. General Grievous. So now examples here to show you. So let's start with Peter Pan. I made him say, "I'm not coming to Disney Infinity" because it got canceled, and then you could. I was going to try to make him like cry or something. I don't know. I was trying to play around with it, and then I have. Oops, I already talked to him. So then I have the scene from Revenge of the Sith with Obi-Wan and Anakin, and Obi-Wan says, "I have the high ground," and then Anakin says, "You underestimate my power." And then, so over there, I made a beacon appear, as you can see right there. So then you can. I didn't do it on any. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you.
Looks like somebody actually might.
And then, I just go in text after the server shut down. So I'll show you right now. So you're going to need 3 things for this. You're going to need a trigger area. You're going to need a trigger area. You're going to need a radar marker. You're going to need a toy box store. I'm going to take that right there. So then you're going to have to get any type of like townsperson or cast member, whoever you want to be the mission giver. Pick. Then I have to quickly go and new app. Oh no, not locator. And then I'll connect this to him. And then I'll connect this to him to be connected active for now. And then I'll go down.
I'm not seeing him mess with any of the text at all, though. That's what's confusing about this video.
Stores where the trick comes in. So you have to go into here and go to the properties, and then destination, and then press new toy box. So you could pick any of these. I don't think it really matters, but I'm not sure if it takes up space if you don't load it. So I'm just going to select empty toy box for now. And then here's where you put your custom text. So I would suggest putting parentheses or a slash or something, and I'll explain why in a minute. So General Grievous will probably say.
This is an
"Hello
interesting
there."
concept.
So
It's
I'll
a
make
little
that.
trickier, and
I'll pull exclamation point. So he'll say what he does in the movie. So then press save. Then it'll link the
it's
toolbox
actually
door.
a pretty good idea.
And then there you go, door link complete. So now, when you go to General Grievous, he should say, "Hello there." But the only downside to this is it says travel to, but
Yep.
that's why I put the parentheses. So you just look what's in the parentheses and you read that. So that's what your text would be. And then you could make it so it triggers something else and there's a mission that
That's
follows that.
not a bad idea.
So I made a few examples here to show you. So let's start with Peter Pan.
Much credit.
I made him say, "I'm not coming to Disney Infinity," because it
That
got
was,
canceled, and then you could.
Looks like
I was
LL
gonna try to
Velez
make him, like, cry or
44.
something. I don't know. I was trying to play around with it, and then I have. Oops, I already talked to him. So then I have the scene from Revenge of the Sith with Obi-Wan and Anakin, and Obi-Wan says, "I have the high ground," and then Anakin says, "You underestimate my power."
I don't know that I want to do a whole game around that,
Here,
but
this was
at the
something I
same
was
point in
testing at the
time,
beginning. I have Wally right here, so let's go to Wally. He says, "What is that beacon over by that building?" And this is when I put a slash instead of parentheses. So over there, I made a beacon appear, as you can see right there. So then you can make it so that connects to like a whole different mission.
Not a
and
bad
triggers other
idea.
Stuff. So then over here, I have.
actually, let me go ahead and link him in here.
Hello, so today in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create custom text in
Copy
Disney
that.
Infinity.
There is a link to his video if you want to check that out for yourself. Very clever idea. It's the best workaround I've seen yet. All right, that said, let me check one more thing here. Finally. Let's see. Here it is. All right, so I've got the... How did I know that was not going to work? Let's go back and mod. Actually, maybe it did work. Take it back. Hold on. Yep, it worked. All right. So I've got a bunch of text available. Let me see what some of these quotes are. I'm just looking through all of the different texts that I have on this template of mine. That's pretty cool. All right, that will definitely be good. And I might be able to use some of that for the Harry Potter build. This was someone else's. And as you can see, there is a ridiculous amount of text in there. The problem is if I don't find their file, then it's really not worth a lot to me because, man, that'd be a lot to have to go through and list out. I feel like I have to go back into this at some point in time and do some work on it. I mean, it was working, if I recall correctly. But, yeah, I think there's probably some room for improvement at this point. Let me see. Cyberpunk City is not what I'm thinking of, though. It's another good build. I don't think I'd be able to use that one, though, for... Yeah. I'm looking for... the Lion Guard. What is that? Oh, Lion King, gotcha. Starkiller base exterior. That was another creation by that brown bat. This is what I'm thinking of Valley. I'm thinking that this wouldn't be bad for Harry Potter and Hogwarts Town. Let me go ahead and jump in here real quick. The only thing I imagine doing is putting some flags and banners on the outside a little bit to give it that Hogwarts feel, so to speak, and maybe a different sky dome to darken it up a little bit. But as you can see, it already has a pretty good resemblance, I think. And I could probably, depending on what's left in the way of memory at the end of this thing, because God knows he puts a lot into his stuff. May not be enough memory left to do any more building.
We make an acceptable team.
Actually surprised he left that open. That's unlike him. But we can get in there and edit it up a bit. Oh. Might need that, I'm not sure. Oh, I see what he did. That's clever. That's what I'm saying. This guy had a great eye for detail. But I'm feeling pretty good about this being Hogwarts. Not Hogwarts, the school, the academy, but the village. Where Hagrid and Harry first meet and kind of go through the town, where he tells me he's going to have to pick up a wand and things like that. This would be good. Definitely feel a different sky dome has to come into it, though, to make it work. And like I said, I'll put some banners up there and stuff like that. Ooh, that could work. Yeah, that would definitely do good. Alright, well, that answers that. We'll be able to use that one. What I am going to be building on is going to be the Hogwarts Castle. I'm going to be working on the Quidditch game, which is actually something I'm really curious to see how that turns out. I will probably finish up the Battlefront game here, or the Battleground game, I should say, off stream. and then we'll jump into it at a later point in time where you guys can take a look at it. We'll do a share play, a let's play, and if anybody's so interested, they can take a whack at it themselves. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. I need me some sleep. I am exhausted. I will see you guys next time right back here on the channel when we will be playing some more Disney Infinity and once again be under construction.